Hi there. Today I'm in my parents' garden. Um, I grew up mostly in this house in Australia, and we moved here in 1996, and I went to primary school just around the corner. So this house has a lot of memories, and the garden has been transformed over the years. Um, and the one thing that has been here the longest, I think, is the custard apple tree. And I can remember way back when I started this channel, um, it was the custard apple trees that I was feeling very enthusiastic about, and I just want to do. I just want to share um, with people around the world, like you know, I don't know, the amazing thing about custard apple trees and other Asian fruit trees. Anyway, um, my enthusiasm hasn't gone away. I do love the custard apple tree. That's why I grew like about 40 of them up in my property because I love them so much and they are pretty easy to grow. So here I am in my parents' backyard, and what you can see is this is just a simple shade cover, and under this cover they have lots and lots of Vietnamese greens, and I wouldn't say they're Vietnamese. Of course, you can find these type of greens in other cultures as well. Very common in Cambodian, Thailand, maybe parts of Indonesia, the Philippines, and India. Um, it's just based on the food that the people are exposed to, and then they grow them because they like to eat them. So the first thing that I want to share is this bow tree. And yes, I named my little doggo after the bow tree, the brown one. And this is common in the Buddhist world, um, but it's not a common tree people grow in their backyard or in a small metro suburb, because this tree is belong to the ficus family, and ficus are very vigorous in growing. Their root system is big, and they will destroy the house foundation. They can destroy the roads. So you might wonder, why do I have it? First off, because I'm Buddhist and I like symbolic things that remind me of the teaching of the Buddha and to practice spirituality. So this is the reason why I got it. And secondly, because I do have a big piece of land which I can grow this later on in the future. Now, in my other, oh sorry, also I have about 4 trees here, and that are in the pot. They're not in the ground, so don't be misled that you see this. They're all in the pots, and because I am planning to build a house up in my property, this is why most of the trees are still down in the metro area. So because they do need a bit of attention in the initial start, and up there the weather can be quite harsh, so very hot and dry wind, um, like not enough water. So if we were to grow this up there right now, I think the chances are they will die. And each of these trees are very expensive. I mean, like it's about $65 to $70 per tree. So I don't want it to die. And it's hard to come by as well. Backtrack to my sister video. She at her house, she also have a bow tree. They're all called bow tree, and they have very similar look. But hers one, the leaves sort of like just kind of drop down like a heart shape. But this particular one is more authentic to the bow tree that's related to the Buddha time. And the leaf structure here, as you can see, there's a little bit of a drop at the end, so it gives you that nice little tip. Oh, I can't even, like maybe this one here, you can see the tip down below. I think it's just a nice touch, and it's very cute. And once it's fully grown and it's a massive tree with big canopy, it will provide a lot of shade. And yeah, yeah, like definitely not recommended, and not a common tree that you will find a lot of Asian people grow. You will find these type of tree at a Buddhist temple, at a Buddhist monastery, some sort of like spiritual retreat place maybe, because like I said, if you don't have the space for it, um, it's not good to grow one. If you don't want your house to be wrecked, your shed to be wrecked, your garden to be wrecked, because it will compete with every single other plants that you have, and it will destroy it, because it's so vigorous. Okay, so behind me, if I turn this way, behind this bush of tree is, I think this is the Australian, oh sorry, the Australian bottle tree. So they have a big trunk and like a big body, oval shape, and grow into a tree. Someone gave it to us, or we bought it. I can't remember anymore because it's been such a long time. But it's here, and I do plan to grow it up in my property as well. Behind here, there's little ones here. That is a moringa tree, and I think growing a moringa tree would be ideal. Okay, so if you were to, if you love fruit tree, grow custard apple fruit trees, or grow a moringa tree. Moringas are like your multi-supplement type of plants, so you can eat a lot of things. You eat the leaves, you eat the pod, oh no, the actual beans, drumstick, and if you want to kill the tree, you can take up the roots as well, but I wouldn't recommend that. Again, very good to grow in, like I'm in warm temperate climate, very good to grow here, except in the winter time. Be a little bit mindful because they do suffer a little bit, and once they are fully grown and you know they can endure the harsh climate, they can grow quite easily. You can leave it alone, you don't have to look after it, and need to prune every single year for you to have that big canopy, and then you just have lots and lots of grow, and once it's established, you're gonna have endless supply of seed from the drumstick pod, and you can germinate it and grow it again and again and again. It's a very resilient tree, and if you're in the subtropic or the tropical climate, it will be a match made in heaven. Hey, not only it provides you with the food medicine that's quite necessary, but it's low maintenance, very easy to grow. So the one behind me on the left here, I'll do a close up in a little bit, is the aloe vera. Aloe vera has a lot of use. For people in Vietnam, they make like dessert out of it. You can make, you know, if you're really skillful, you can make alcohol gel, which is the hand rub thing, which people are crazy about during the pandemic. I mean, we are still in the pandemics, like in the early stages of the pandemics, and they were looking for like hand alcohol gel to sanitize. I'm not at that level, but I like to grow it for its medicinal purposes, for consumption, for application. The one thing I can totally recommend is when you have burns, it's great. It's very cooling because I had burns before, and I just apply it immediately, and it helps. It's so good, and plus it's a succulent. Again, very easy to grow. Just needs a bit of water. It will multiply over the years, and you will have endless supply. 2-3 things now. So let's go and have a closer look, and I'll just tell you what they are if I know the English name. If I don't, then I'll tell you the Vietnamese name, and maybe in between the editing I will put down the proper name if I do find out. But if not, I'm so sorry, because you know, I'm not versed in Vietnamese all that well, and I am attempting to learn Vietnamese because at some point I think it will be great to live there for a period of time and do I don't know, good work over there, like charity work. I think it will be a lot of fun. So sometimes you see me doing Vietnamese video, it's because I'm trying to learn my mother's tongue, and I can speak basic Vietnamese, but when I'm put in a situation where I need to interpret or translate, I cannot translate because I can't read Vietnamese. And you might wonder how I answer questions in Vietnamese. Is because I either use Google Translator, it might take me a while, or I have a friend who can help me to translate, and that take a bit of a process as well. So bear with me while I learn how to be more comfortable or competent in the language. It's really funny for me, I think, when it's interpreting for your parents. You know, when they enter a clinic or something like that, and they need to check up, and I can only, or they ask me to interpret for somebody else, and I'm just like, but my language skill is so bogan, and it's not the polite Vietnamese. Okay, it's the very street, everyday peasant. Maybe I shouldn't say peasant, but it's the everyday Vietnamese that is so poetic. And I do apologize if I ever do a video and I say something that is not accurate. Okay, I digress, and let's go on, move on. Okay, as you can see here, these are the bole trees, and they're still quite young, but you know, seeing it close up and looking at the amazing structure of the leaf, just so pretty. It's like bigger than my hands, like, okay. This here is the longevity plants, which we still got here. I remember doing a video about it. Very good to have in your garden. It's edible. You can eat this in a salad. This is it's almost like a grass, but it's edible. You can see variation of this, like with a purple coloring. And Vietnamese people cook this in a soup. So you boil up some water, and when it's you season it, and then you just throw it in and take it off the flame, and then you eat it with rice. So yeah, we have this, and sometimes you can shave a little bit of corn in there, and you can have a lovely refreshing soup. So see these flowers here, once they dry, it really is like a weed. You just throw it in the ground and they come back year after year after year. This is our ginkgo tree. It's maiden's hair. It's not doing so well, but it's okay. And we've got some coconut trees. Yeah, so the other thing that I was quite passionate about was growing coconut from seed that you buy at Coles or Woolies, your local supermarket. Now, personally, after I've been through that whole experiment, I just don't recommend people buying these unless they have the environment for it, because each of this, my parents still love growing it, so they bought an actual coconut seed, and they're about 100 and something, from $95 to $100. And personally, when they die, and they die quite often because it's out of their climate zone, I just find it's a bit of a waste of money. And you know, we get romanticized over this but it doesn't seem to work. Alright, the next thing is aloe vera. So good. These are these giant aloe veras, or not giant, but you know, the bigger variety that you can definitely eat and is safe. There are a lot of species out there, and you have to be careful which one you buy, because not all of them are edible. So if I do a close up, look at this. When I was in Brisbane, um, I bought, I think that's aloe vera from somebody in the city. I think it was like $40 or something for one. It was mad. And then when I moved back here, I gave it away. So, because I couldn't take it with me. But look how epic they grow. They're just so amazing. And my sister aunt, she comes here and harvests it every now and then, and she makes soaps and other creams out of it. All right. So maybe I'll start from the end here. These are probably not doing so well at the moment because it has been harvested many times. But this is called water spinach, or kangkong, or gaomung, whatever you want to call it. That there is lupus. Because my parent likes to eat. I think maybe that is a winter melon. No, not winter melon. Or I don't know that one. It could be a zucchini, for all I know. Okay. Now these things. These are Vietnamese green. They are like your bok choy or some sort of I don't know, some sort of Asian green. But the Vietnamese name for it is gai la ye or something. Gai be ye. One of those things. I need to double check with my parents. So you can just eat them in a salad, eat them in cold rolls, or cook them as a soup. But you know, don't overcook them. And they're very prone to insects. You can see, because they just love them. And how can you forget basil? Vietnamese like to grow Thai basil. It's very good in cooking, very good. And up on that vine there, that is the bitter melon. Okay, some more spinach. So you can totally find this in the Asian grocery. Another one that you can eat raw and eat in a soup. And that is some more greens and some beans that might not be doing so well. Anywho. So some more basil, because we love basil. We love to cook things with basil. This, I'm not sure what it is. I don't know. Leave in a comment if you do. Or maybe I'll check with my parents to see what it is. And chili. Some more basil. And eggplant. Some more beans. Some more chilies. And this is the, this one is not a good example, but it is the elephant's ears. And Vietnamese people love to use it in cooking sour soup and other kind of hot pots. Yeah, they do that a lot. This is another one that I did a video about the 3 common plants. This grow really well. I believe in Indian cooking they use this as well. It has a very lemony kind of smell. Yeah, it's very good for the respiratory system, like illnesses. And back there we have some chives. These ones are not doing so well, but up on my property they're doing really well. And here I think we have some lupus, some more chili, orchids, calamansi, some more seedling tray, and of course that thing is dying. Yep, doesn't like the hot weather. This here, you can see taro, right? I have seen people growing some variation of this, and usually it's the Western person that sells, and they put the name elephant plant, elephant ears. They are not elephant ears, and if you eat it, you might have a reaction because it's not for consumption. Yeah, so just be mindful on the internet, because not everybody knows what these plants are, and they can say different things. This is your typical pandan leaves. So pandan leaves, this is a very old tree. I bought this for like nearly $100, by the way. That was a long time ago. A little bit overpriced. Didn't know what I was doing. There are a lot of babies, and I did this watering system. So you get a terracotta pot and you fill it up with water, and you just close the lid, and it will water itself in some ways. And like I mentioned, your typical banana trees. Okay. And back there, this is where they harvest rainwater. And these blue drums, very common. I see a lot of people use it because it's so versatile. That is our custard apple tree. Oh yes, I forgot. The fig tree is probably the longest tree that's been here. So out here we have lemongrass and more lemongrass and more banana trees. And I'm not sure what they are. I think there's wormwood or something that my sister grows. She uses it for medicine. And some more banana trees. And this is the vine. This is the it's similar between a winter melon, those long, but it's not a loofah. I completely lost the name for it. Yeah. Anyway, out here, because we more lemongrass, and I think it's sugarcane, one of them. So that little pot there is the black sugarcane, and I grew it from seed, and it's been a year. It's very slow growing, by the way, when you grow things from seed, but of course they're going to be a lot stronger. So this is the jambolan tree, by the way, or plants, and last year I bought like a few kilos, and I was eating the jambolan for the first time. Actually I quite liked it. It had the sweet sour taste, and it does leave a stain just like the mulberries, and I end up with lots of seeds, so I just chuck it out here. And I believe these things will take about 7 or 8 years to actually fruit, so well, I have the time. Maybe. And my dad, he loves avocado, and you can see that some of his and more mangoes. Sometime his ones they died in the summertime. This is a not your typical Vietnamese tree. It's a lemon myrtle. I think a lot of the influence that my parents have from growing the various plants is because of us, Aunt and I. And lemon myrtle, great. It has that lemon scent, and it's very useful medicinally. And this is another pandan tree, plant, which my parent bought for about $20 or $30 compared to my one that's looking rather sad, This, I don't know what it is. It's some sort of spinach. I haven't eaten it yet, so I can't really tell you. But it's common in Vietnamese. If you ask an older age Vietnamese person, they should be able to tell you the name. Because my parents are not home today because they're working. And in here, some sawtooth, and some water spinach. The different variety. Anyway, this is your fish eye, the Vietnamese fish mint. Yeah, very, very medicinal, and you eat them in cold rolls. It's very yummy. And some more of the gelagat. I love this. Got one here. So as you can see, this is my parents' property. My parents' garden. It is their house, yes. And they are doing great with their gardening. So those are the typical Vietnamese herbs and plants, and this is just a small display. And like I said, if you ever like go and buy greens and like the type of common Asian mint and stuff like that, Asian greens, like I'm always in awe and amazed at how much people grow in their like typical garden. You know, the houses in Perth, um, the the typical area is roughly about 600 to 720 square meters. So it's not all that big. And then when you consider that you put a house, there's a house there as well, like a three by one or 3 by 2 bedroom home. The garden space is a lot smaller. And you know, in other places in the world, I've seen houses with bigger gardens. But when I walk into like a typical Vietnamese garden, I just like, wow, that's just amazing. It's so cool, the kind of thing they have growing. And mind you, just this much will require a lot of time, energy, and effort. My parents are very old now. They're not working for full time, minus my dad. So they have the energy to do this. But for myself personally, you know, I work somewhat full time, and I would struggle to manage this place as neatly and orderly as they're doing. Um, there you have it. I hope you have a great day wherever you are in the world. Stay safe and stay happy, or as happy as you can, and healthy as you can. So I'll see you next time. Bye.